I've never worked at a company before where so many of us are in recovery. Sometimes I just have to pause and really look at how grateful I am to be working at a company like this, where like you can be walking through the accounting department and hear somebody having a really legit, honest conversation about what it is to be in recovery, and one addict giving another addict advice on like, hey, maybe you should, before you make that phone call, pause and take a breath and think about it. Or do you want to go read out of the Just for Today? Or it's part of our culture, and I think that we're spoiled because I don't think that it's like that everywhere. But here it is. It's like you're walking through the office and you're passing the copier, and there's two people talking about their 4-step. And we're not a cult by any means, but it's about healthy, honest conversations that are geared toward helping one another. And that culture that we've created or been a part of is so powerful. And I think that's why people that come to ABT, patients, fellow addicts, and when I talk about success, I mean someone who's actually living their life and not dependent every day on shooting up heroin or speed or drinking alcohol till you're so numb. It's a blessing. It's a real blessing.
I think it's really interesting too that we work with so many addicts, because I think that as addicts we have this unspoken agreement that we're gonna hold each other accountable
no matter what.
We're gonna point out when they're being, on the off side of things. That because we have that, our patients get that from us too.
Right.
Even if we've never met them before, if they're doing something that we know is not in line with where they're trying to get, we call them out.
Right, we'll say, yeah.
Yeah, we call them out, and if they don't agree, I always tell them, go ask 3 other people. If this behavior is what you're in line to do here, start with your therapist.
Right.
And then they get to process that, and then they get to do it for the next patient.
Right.
And it's cool to watch it go down the chain and all through the community where people are calling people out, and they won't speak to some because some are like 100% real with them, and they tell them when they're not doing things right, and so they won't even speak to that person about it.
I'm guilty of the same thing. Like I know the group of people around me who, if I dip into their office and I'll be like, hey, what do you think about, and they're going to give it to me cold and hard right then and there. So, we know that. And typically that's where my last stop, because I want to go get everyone who's going to agree with me first. But it's an amazing thing. It's a really dynamic environment to work in, and I am so grateful for everyone. Even the people that I know are not going to put up with any of my crap. So, because I know that without somebody making the commitment in me, having the hope in me when I had no hope in myself, that's what saved me. It's a great place to try and spread the word and do what we do, which is save lives and heal families. And there's nothing more important to me, nothing.